Is that Brandon? Yes, it is. Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is my first video of February. Now, I thought I would do something that I've pretty much done before, only a few times, but I thought I would read some of my old, not my old tweets, but look through some tweets that I've saved, screenshotted, and basically just explain my thoughts about them. So I've got a couple of slots to fill, and I thought I would do a couple of episodes of this, just sort of reading out my tweets and, well, tweets that I've found and saved. And then just sort of explain them. So I'm gonna have them as screenshots as opposed to screen recordings. So without further ado, let's get straight on with the video. Now, the first tweet is actually from Millie T, and this was back at the end of 2018, and she basically just tweeted, "Expectations always lead to disappointment." Now, I think that's just something that happens in life anyways, that you expect things to happen, you expect things to be perfect, and the more you expect something good to happen, something bad is more likely to happen. I feel like most times if you expect something good will happen, but there is just some of those few occasions that you're finger crossing, hoping for the best, and that actually sometimes it will just lead to disappointment. Yeah, I think I tweeted that, so I think I saved that because there was someone that had sort of expected me to do something, or I expected someone to do something for me, and for some reason it didn't work out. The next tweet is from Quinton Hyde. "Do what makes you happy. Take me for example. I shouldn't be going to Subway again, but I am because it makes me happy." And I think that's quite funny in the fact that he shouldn't be going to eat this food that he knows is bad for him, but do what makes you happy. If it makes you happy to go to Subway and get food, or if it makes you happy to, I don't know, go to the pub every weekend, then just do what makes you feel happy, basically. I think that's quite a simple one, and I think that's just something that a lot of people just forget about, really, that you need to just do what makes you happy. If you're doing something and it's not helping you in any way, shape or form, or if you're doing something and you're just not really a fan of it, then just don't do it. I think if it's something like school, then you've got to try and find a way to like it, or try and find a way to enjoy it. But if it's some extracurricular activity, or an activity you're doing in or around school, and you just don't really want to do it, just sort of point out the reasons why you don't want to do it, and just do things that make you happy. The next one is a screenshot from the Arch of Banter Facebook page, and I'm probably going to do separate videos for each of these different categories. But who is your New Year's kiss? Probably the floor when I pass the F out. Now for me, that's not going to happen because firstly, New Year's isn't going to be until the end of the year anyway, and secondly, I'm hoping to have someone by then, but also, I won't be kissing the floor because I will not be getting drunk. Someone put a screenshot of a tweet saying, "If my graduation pics don't bang, I'm doing uni again." Now, I think that's a little bit dramatic and a little bit drastic, that if your pictures at the end of your graduation don't look good, you're going to redo uni all the way from year one. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're just going to try and hopefully retake those pictures. But I think the thing is, when you do have your graduation pictures, there's no sort of, "Oh, can you just repose again for me? Oh, do you mind just slightly moving stuff?" It's literally, you get on the stage, take the picture, see you later. And I've seen that from some of my friends, like walk-ons. They've got the hat, they've got the cape, they walk onto the stage 2 seconds and then they're gone. So yeah, just gotta make sure that I'm smiling properly and that my eyes are open, otherwise, yeah, I might have to redo uni again. Another tweet that was put on Facebook, so "Me training a new person at my job. So you're not supposed to do this, but this is what I do." Absolutely can relate to this, because not only was I in my first proper job, but I was in a job where I was always meeting new people, always stumbling across like new office workers. I think someone started the week before me, and I think someone started a couple of weeks after me, and the person that started after me, I was just sort of like, right, so I've been here for a few months doing X, Y, Z, whatever. This is something that I do, but actually you shouldn't really do it like this, but this is just how I do it. And that's exactly what someone said to me as well. So there's a lot of tweets and there's a lot of like Facebook messages and memes that are very, very funny, and they are very, very relatable as well. So I feel like I'm going to try and, yeah, like I said, do a specific video based on each page. I do have a very interesting one coming soon though. Just got to see if I can find time to film it. Me looking at the menu, knowing full well I'll be ordering the exact same thing I order every time I go out. And I think this is just for those people that, it's not OCD, but it's the people that just want to double check that there isn't anything new on the menu. I know for me personally, the amount of times I go to Wetherspoons and I'm sitting there debating whether I want a pizza, whether I want a burger, and I'm looking through the whole menu, and I end up just going for that 3 for £10 starters. So it's £10, 3 big boy starters, and that's literally what I pretty much get every single time. The actual starters will change, but in terms of what I get, it's usually just a variety of 3 different starters. Might get a chocolate brownie, might get a glass of water, but majority of the time I already know what I'm going to get, but I just have to look just to make sure. So that's quite a funny one. When your course friend skips a lecture, have you ever been alone in a crowded room? I trusted you and you betrayed me. Where are you? You said you'd be here. I'm sat on my own. This has happened to me quite a few times, but not, because I think for me in first year there were some times where I just wasn't going to lectures anyway, so I would be the one that would receive all these messages. But I think throughout the year there were some people that it didn't matter if one person wasn't in the lecture because another 7 were, or if those 7 weren't, then I know I was with that one. So there was always someone for me to sit with. I think it was sometimes the other people sometimes couldn't sit with me, or they didn't know anybody else in the lecture because I wasn't there. But since then, I have pretty much attended all of my 2nd and 3rd year lectures. Most of them are in a little classroom as opposed to a massive lecture hall. So there's not really any excuse to miss it because it's literally just in a computer room. So yeah, that was quite funny. Sometimes I see bloggers apologising for not making new content every single day or week. Don't. Do what feels good. Don't listen to what other people are saying. Blogging should be fun. And I think that's the same for absolutely anything and everything. I've been very, very lucky recently with being able to post content on every single platform. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. YouTube, I was slacking a little bit last year, but I have tried to put up a lot more content as I could. So I did do Vlogmas last year, and I've got content going out quite regularly this year so far. I'm not sure about after this video, don't know how long it will take me to upload a video, but I think this is just that thing in life that you shouldn't be living by a schedule, you shouldn't be living by a time. You should be prioritising things that you want to do. And if it's just sort of, if you don't feel like a blog post is ready, if you don't feel like an Instagram picture needs to go up or should go up, then just don't do it. Like, there's so many other things you can focus on and you're still a living person. And I think the more you leave something, the bigger the ideas get and the better the ideas get. So I must have tweeted that when I couldn't think of ideas, or when I was constantly being pressured to upload videos and content every single week. So I think for me, that's just the sort of thing to say, look, if you don't have content, that's absolutely fine. People aren't going to penalise you because making blogs, making vlogs, doing those sorts of things should be fun. Another tweet here from Matt. Not everyone deserves to be treated well by you. Always be kind, but never go over the top for someone who doesn't appreciate you. Don't make my mistake. And I think this is a really, really interesting quote as well. I think this was from, this was from around December time last year. I'm not sure where I was in terms of like place-wise, but I know I was back in London. But I think that's the thing. There are so many people out there that are just too nice. And I always thought that I was one of those. I think I am. A lot of people tell me I am, so I must be. But it's always, I'm putting in the effort for friendships and I'm putting in the effort for relationships, and the other person just doesn't put in as much as I would expect or as a normal person would do. So I think for me, it's sort of, if your friendship with someone starts to deteriorate, don't keep being the good person, don't keep being the angel. Sometimes just take a step back, see if they will do the same for you as you're doing for them. And if they don't, then firstly, they're not a friend. Secondly, you should stop giving them things, because that's just gonna, they're just gonna think their friendship is based on you giving them things and them giving you nothing back, basically. And then thirdly, if it does get to a point where it's just you, then it's not even really going to be classed as a friendship. It's more of a one-way relationship that you're giving them what they want and they're just giving you nothing. So yeah, very interesting quote there. Very interesting tweet actually. But yeah, never go over the top for someone that doesn't appreciate you as a person. Another one here from Jacob Collier. Now I'm not actually sure who he is. I think he's a singer, but he basically tweeted, "Don't wait to be understood to be beautiful." So it's a bit of a simple one. It's basically that you don't need to wait for someone to tell you you're beautiful, to know that you're beautiful. Everyone is interesting in their own ways. Everyone looks good in their own ways. And yeah, don't let the world tell you what or who you are. If you want to identify as something, that's absolutely fine. If you want to wear certain makeup to feel beautiful, then just go for it. The next tweet here is from Tracy. "I can tell if someone is judgmental just by looking at them." And I feel like I'm sometimes on both ends of this, that sometimes I will look at people and judge them, and sometimes I know people are looking at me and judging me. Now, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I think I've got quite a good judge of character. There have been so many people that I've had in and out of my life, literally in and out, like getting on a train. They're getting on the train and they're getting straight off the train. And it's just that thing of, I can just tell if someone's got good vibes around them. I usually judge someone based on who they hang around with, based on the connections that we have in terms of mutual friends, where they like to go, what their hobbies are. And if there's sort of not really many connections or not really many similarities, and they just feel a bit off, like you just know that someone's just not your type of person, then that's when I'm not going to want to begin that friendship with them. And although it is judgmental to be judgmental, at that same time, you can't be best friends with everyone, you can't be friends with everyone. And if there are just people there that seem nice but are not your sort of people, then it's absolutely fine to let go of them. And I've done that so many times. But yeah, I can 100% judge someone within the first 5 seconds of seeing them, whether I like them or not. And I think people can do exactly the same for me as well. Sometimes I've wanted to start a conversation with someone, but I can just tell they're looking at me in a way of, oh, not sure about him. So then I just sort of go, right, well, I'm not even going to bother starting with you then. Just to confirm, Quality Street is the best box of chocolates available at Christmas. Now, I do love a Quality Street. I think they're the ones that there's like the chocolate and fudge and all sorts of flavours. I think they actually are quite nice. But I couldn't really tell you like what all my favourite was. No, they're the ones that have like dairy milk and stuff. Dairy milk, Toblerones, Twisters, they're the quality, no, Quality Street, I was right. It's the ones with all the different flavours like fudge, toffee, all those sorts. I think for me, I did used to like the fudge ones, but I think the only problem is they used to get stuck in your teeth. So, I don't know, I can't confirm whether they are the best box of chocolates or not because I haven't had them in ages, but he seems confident because he put best rather than just best. But yeah, that was a tweet from 2018, so I'm sure he has changed his sweets taste since then. Another tweet here from Alfie. I think this is actually a guy that absolutely loves Little Mix, hence why he's got Jade in his Twitter @name. He said, not to be that BITCH, but I'm going to be that BITCH. I want to change my PFP again. Now, a PFP is a profile picture. And I think I screenshotted this one because I do have quite a lot to say about this. I think there are a lot of people on social media that feel like they have to change their picture every however many weeks or however many months or whatever. I've got one of my friends at uni who is a basically freelance videographer, photographer, all those sorts of things. And he hasn't actually changed his like professional picture in, I think it's 5 or 6 years. He's just had this one specific picture, this one image that people have just known him by. That was his brand. I think for me, I probably change my profile picture once or twice a year. If I take a really, really nice selfie, if I have a really, really nice photo shoot, I will sometimes change my profile picture to that. I know more recently my Facebook one's been updated. I've got a new cover photo. I've got a specific photo for like Facebook, for example, like a Facebook page that I've created. But yeah, I think this is just something that a lot of people in my generation do, that if you support a particular band or if you support a particular person, or if you're just the sort of person that's just a bit, you don't really know how your picture is coming across on social media, then you will just be that BITCH to change your picture. So absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I think it's sometimes good to keep changing a picture so it's updating your look, updating your profile, and actually showing that you are an active account rather than just having a picture on there from when you were like 12. You're now 26 and it's just not changed once. So yeah, bit of an interesting one, that one. Not really anything special for it, but I just thought, actually, you know what? I'd screenshot it because firstly, I think me and him had a bit of a conversation on Twitter anyway. And secondly, I thought, yeah, there are a lot of people that do that. So I just thought I'd just bring that up. Tweet here from Malice. If someone has influencer in their bio, there's a 95% chance they're just unemployed. And I think that's the thing with our generation as well. A lot of people, and I think it was at least 60% of people, wanted to be a YouTuber, a content creator, or some form of influencer online. And a lot of people put influencer in their profile, which I don't really like the word influencer to start with. And I know a lot of people don't, because you're not really influencing if you're just creating content. You're a content creator who probably wants to influence, or maybe has influenced very slightly, but you're not going to make millions of pounds. You're not going to get millions of people attracted to your channel if you're just a small content creator, basically. But I think that's just a very, very interesting fact, that a lot of people that have particular things in their bios is not necessarily what they are. They just don't have a full-time job, or they just don't have anything else that they're interested in, so they just feel that influencing is their job. And last but not least for this video, another tweet from Pretty Rick. Going to university is a strange thing. You're constantly tired, you're broke, you have no idea what you're doing, you're an alcoholic, but your parents are proud of you. I think for me, this is a bit of a interesting one, because I think, yeah, I am always constantly tired. In terms of being broke, I'm only broke when I have to pay for rent. I have no idea what I'm doing. Yep, in first year, I obviously had no idea what I was doing. I'm an alcoholic. I was, but not anymore. Parents are proud of you. My parents have been proud of me for everything that I've been doing. I think my whole family, my friends, even myself, I think that's the most important thing, that you are proud of yourself and actually what you have achieved so far. So that was basically it for this video in terms of tweets. I just thought I'd end up on that one because I've been at university for quite a while now, literally in my 3rd year, and yeah, I am pretty much always tired, pretty much always broke when I have to pay for rent. I do actually know what I'm doing now, and I'm not an alcoholic anymore. But if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. There'll be some more tweets coming in another video very, very soon. And until then, I hope you enjoyed this one, and let me know down below in the comments what sort of content you like. What sort of content would you like me to create as well? So yeah, until my next video, thank you for watching and goodbye.